Let them stop and smell the roses or the poop. Hi, Michelle here.
I'm Joe.
We're from VetMedics, and today we are going to talk about 10 things that your dog can't stand.
Give me a hug. Oh.
So you come home after a few hours after being away, your dog is home. You just want to go up to him and say hi and give him a hug. But you know what? Some dogs just don't like to be hugged.
Dogs are individuals. They have individuals' likes and dislikes. Dogs say hi in different ways than we do. You know, we sometimes hug. Dogs, a hug or a hovering over is a very different thing to a dog. And dogs more might want to come sniff your crotch, whatever. But
That's their way of giving a hug.
That's their way. But if you watch your own dog, and they're all different, you'll see is it ducking away, pulling away, lowering its head, licking its lips. That dog is telling you, gee, I don't like this.
Good Bella. Oh, give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss.
We all like our own personal space. You know, the 2-foot rule, like, that's it.
Or nowadays, really 6 foot.
Now
rule.
it's 6 feet, yeah, definitely. But you know what? Your dog loves and needs their own personal space as well.
And again, you know, just like us, it's different in different situations, different individuals. One person who I might not mind being very close to, giving a hug, some total stranger, I wouldn't want to do that. But I know a lot of people will tend to go up to any dog and think, oh, I just want to say hi, or I want to pet it. But again, the dog will let you know. The dog, left to their own devices, is going to seek the space that's comfortable for them. That's one of the reasons that we sometimes see the leash aggression, because then they feel trapped and they can't move away. So, but again, if you watch the dog, dogs will usually communicate very clearly and very fairly.
But that's good.
When we're out on some leisure time, you know, enjoying the scenery, going to a new little town, looking through shops and stuff, we like to take our time and look around, browse, stop and just enjoy what's around us. Well, dogs love to do the same thing, and the biggest way that they enjoy it is their sniffer.
The dogs experience the world through their noses in ways that we really can't imagine. And I see and I experience myself when a human being takes a walk with a dog, the person wants to keep moving, see things, say hi to people, get some exercise. The dog wants to move sort of in a zigzag and smell and see what's going on. Right, well that's why I've gotten to the point where I take my walk and then there's one for the dogs where they can smell. I heard someone once say that when we pick up dog poop, that's to the dog, that's like someone defacing a community bulletin board. Like, why are you taking that away?
Let them stop and smell the roses or the poop. Dogs totally dislike not having a routine or structure in their life. They need it.
I think in that way they're in many ways like us, and with the recent events where routines got changed and thrown off and went back and forth, we're seeing a lot of anxiety in dogs and in people. But they need, you know, some sort of about when can I expect my food, my walks, some bit of structure in their lives so they know what to expect.
Certain times for playtime, whether it's inside, outside.
Hey Michelle, where's the coffee mugs?
So every family at some point in time gets a little tension that's going on in the house. There may be some arguing, elevated voices. I know with my dog Cabela, when that happens, she runs in a corner, kind of hides and shakes uncontrollably. They don't like it.
No, I mean, dogs certainly pick up on our emotions if there are angry things going on, and just increased volume of voice. You know, dogs have a sense of hearing that, again, is far beyond our abilities. So you never need to raise your voice for a dog to pay attention and to hear you. I think there's this very old concept in dog training. You have to yell out the command. Some of that actually came from the military where the dog had to hear it over explosions, literally. But you know, dog can hear low tones. And it's a little bit like when I was a kid with my parents at school. If I was told something pretty quietly, but I knew they meant business, I knew it.
All right. I know one of you dog owners out there are guilty of this at one point or another in their lifetime, dressing them up, whether it be for your dog's birthday, Halloween. Joe has numerous
Guilty as
costumes
charged.
for his pups, especially
Guilty
his
as
English
charged.
Bulldog. It is cute. Some dogs don't mind it, you know, some minor things like maybe a t-shirt, something like that. But when you get into the head dressing and things on their feet and around their legs where they feel kind of restricted,
Very
they don't
much
like it.
stuff on their feet. Almost all of them hate that. Again, it's a little bit individual. You know, we want to have fun with our dogs. But again, if you look at your own dog or look at a picture of a dog dressed up, you can tell. If you pay attention to the dog, you can tell, is this dog a happy camper or not?
yeah, I mean, you've done animal handling for commercials and
Absolutely.
movies and TV
And
shows
there
and
have
stuff. And you know
been-
it takes a lot
And
of
there
time.
have been
and work.
times when I had to say, you know,
Enough
this
is
dog
enough.
is really not feeling, number one, because we have a number one responsibility for the animal's welfare and happiness. But number two, the end result does not look very good if you don't have a happy animal.
Here's another thing that most dog owners, I don't think, and even cat owners for that matter, strong fragrances. Dogs and cats can be very sensitive to very strong odors. My husband is an avid cigar smoker. I board dogs here, and when we're all just hanging out on the porch outside and relaxing and the dogs are with us, if he lights a cigar, those dogs are gone, most of them. Yeah. Perfumes, I don't know if it's certain pheromones or things that are added to the perfumes that just don't sit well with them.
Well, again, I mean, dogs have this incredible sense of smell, get a lot of their information. Again, as we said earlier, just walking around and sniffing or sniffing another dog, they get all sorts of information. I come back home from having been on a run handling another dog. I get them, I mean, they think I'm really the world's most interesting man.
Their
You know,
sense of smell is so
is incredible.
much heightened over ours.
But
It's-
again, they pick up certain things. You know, I like to use the adaptyl pheromone before running. It does help the dogs to calm down. The different scents really influence their emotional state.
See you later. Here's another one, and I'm sure most dog owners know. Cats, they could care less whether you're coming and going. As long as they have a clean litter box and fresh water and food, they're good. Anyway, but dogs, they're social animals by nature. They love to be with us. So when they're left alone or ignored, they don't like it. However, Joe can go into explaining they need to learn how to be alone and have quiet time. It's actually good for them.
So, yeah, absolutely. Dogs are absolutely social animals. And, you know, all of us run out and leave our dogs alone from time to time. But I think the main issue is if they have an extended life without a lot of social interaction, then you have a dog that really creates literally mental problems for that dog. But the dog needs to learn to stay alone. It's a skill for the dog. I can be here alone, I can chew on a toy, I can do whatever. But like any skill, the dog has to be in a proper emotional state. When a dog or person is freaked out, they don't
Yeah.
use whatever skills they know well.
We said our dogs are social animals and they love being with us and going out and exploring with us. However, there's some events or situations where we shouldn't force our dogs into, you know, if they do have sensitivity to noise, such as fireworks, large crowds at parties. I know Cabela does not deal with that whatsoever. So we have to be really mindful of that, right? I mean, gosh, that can really do a number to
Yeah,
them being
you know,
forced
listen,
to-
I think it's great that I think more and more people want to keep their dogs with them.
Oh,
As we said, they're
absolutely,
social
absolutely.
animals. Take them places, do things with them, socialize them. That's fantastic. But again, be mindful of what your individual dog likes and don't like. There are certain types of events I personally wouldn't enjoy
Right.
either, so I don't go to them. I think one thing, and we just got past it, but you know the number one day that dogs run away, 4th of
4th of
July.
July.
Sudden explosions, they freak out, they take off, and they run and run and run.
Yep. Dogs are very smart, they're very intuitive, and they can read our body language just as well as we can do for them, if we're really paying attention to them. But, you know, they sense when we're upset, if we're suffering from anxiety, depression. You know, this whole COVID pandemic has really done a number to a lot of people, and dogs sense that. So when we kind of step back, shy away from everything, and just don't want to deal with anything, kind of lock ourselves in a room or whatever, you know, you're not paying that much attention to your dog perhaps, and that can really affect them as well.
Yeah, you know, we mentioned before dogs don't like a lot of yelling, but as Michelle said, they're very sensitive also just to body language, to mood, to pheromones that we might be giving off when we're in a certain mood. So
I know when I'm upset, you know, or been crying for whatever reason, you know, Cabela comes up to me and she'll just kind of put her head on my lap or cuddle up next to me, and she knows I'm upset about something.
well, again, they're very social, they're connected with us, and they rely on us for their stability. So if they
Absolutely.
sense that we're in a bad way, we see it, I think, all the time with owners. If an animal is sick or injured and we're transporting, you know, some of the owners, if they remain that sort of stable base for the dog and are calm, it's a huge help for the dog.
Huge.
People that are freaked out themselves, honestly, make the dog more anxious, and sometimes if they step back and we can be calm
Right.
with the dog or
Makes a
cat.
big difference. So we discussed a bunch of things that we know that most dogs don't like. Your dog may be fine with most of the stuff that we went over, but if there's something that you know specifically your dog does not like that we didn't discuss, please comment. Let us know. We'd love to discuss it with you.
So again, we've discussed these specific things, but again, if you look to your own dog and pay attention to what your dog's telling you, there's an old book called A Kinship with All Life by J. Allen Boone. And in there he said, there are opinions about dogs and facts about dogs. You can get opinions about dogs from people, but if you want facts about dogs, go to the dog. Go to your own dog, pay attention to what they're telling you.
We thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more of our discussions, please subscribe, like, and comment.